The days following the divorce were the loneliest of Mirabel's life. She had lost everything she once held dear: her husband, her pride, and the respect of those around her. She could barely concentrate at work. Her once cheerful and confident attitude was replaced by a silent, sober appearance that made her colleagues whisper whenever she passed. Her mother, who had encouraged her behavior, also felt the weight of guilt. She watched as her daughter slipped into a deep sadness, and she knew she had contributed to this downfall. Mira, her mother called one evening, but Mirabel didn't respond. She sat on the floor of their small apartment, staring at the divorce papers that she still hadn't signed. Mira, her mother repeated, sitting down beside her. "I failed you as a mother. I encouraged you to treat Yinka poorly, and for that I'm sorry. But you have to rise above this. You can't let this defeat define you." Mirabel shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "Mama, how can I fix this? I hurt the only man who truly loved me. He's gone, Mama. He doesn't want me anymore." Her mother sighed. "You may not be able to fix things with Yinka, but you can fix yourself. You can't continue like this." On the other side of town, Yinka was also struggling. Despite everything Mirabel had done, he couldn't deny that he still cared for her. Memories of their happy times together haunted him. Her laughter, her smile, the way she used to rest her head on his shoulders during quiet evenings at home. But every time he thought about giving her another chance, he remembered the humiliation, the harsh words, and the night he went to bed hungry while she ate without a care. His best friend and confidant, Tunde, visited him one evening. "Yinka, you look like you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders," Tunde said as he sat on the sofa in Yinka's expensive living room. Yinka gave a faint smile. "It's not easy, Tunde. I loved her. I thought she was the one, but she failed me." "People make mistakes," Tunde said thoughtfully. "Sometimes those mistakes can teach them lessons they would never learn otherwise. But the question is, do you believe she can change?" Yinka sighed. "I don't know. And even if she does, how can I trust her again?" Tunde placed a hand on Yinka's shoulder. "Take your time, my brother. Don't rush into forgiveness or reconciliation. But don't close your heart entirely either. Let time reveal the truth." Months later, Yinka attended a charity gala for an orphanage, organized by one of his business partners. He wasn't expecting to see Mirabel there, but as he scanned the room, his eyes landed on her. She was standing quietly in a corner, dressed modestly, her once vibrant personality replaced by a calm and reserved look. She hadn't noticed him yet, but he couldn't take his eyes off her. There was something different about her. She seemed humbled. But when their eyes finally met, Mirabel froze. She hadn't seen Yinka since the day in the conference room. Her heart pounded as he walked towards her. "Hi, Mirabel," he said. "Hi, Yinka," she replied. They stood in silence for a moment before she spoke again. "I didn't expect to see you here." "I could say the same," Yinka replied. "What brings you here?" My cousin Gifty works at the orphanage this event is supporting. I just came to support her." "You remember Gifty, right?" Mirabel asked. "Yes, I do," Yinka replied. "But I didn't know she got a job with this orphanage." Mirabel summoned up courage and spoke. "Ola Yinka, I know I have no right to ask for forgiveness, but I need you to know that I've changed. I'm not the same person I was. And I'm so sorry for everything I did to you." "So was that why you haven't signed my divorce papers yet?" Yinka asked. He looked into her eyes, searching for sincerity. "Why now, Mirabel? Why the change now?" "Because losing you showed me who I really was," she admitted. "And I didn't like what I saw. I've been working on myself, trying to be better, not for anyone else, but for me." Yinka remained silent. He could see the pain and regret in her eyes, but he wasn't sure if he could trust her again. Yinka left the gala that night with a whirlwind of emotion. Seeing Mirabel again stirred memories he thought he had buried. But forgiveness wasn't something he could give easily. Not after all he endured. Mirabel, on the other hand, felt a glimmer of hope. She had seen something in Yinka's eyes, the love they once shared. She knew she couldn't rush him, but she had to let time do its work. 2 weeks later, Mirabel received an unexpected invitation to the exclusive charity event hosted by Bluefields Oil headquarters. She was the only one invited from the Ibadan branch. At first, she hesitated, unsure if she was ready to face Yinka again. But her colleagues encouraged her to attend, not with any expectations, but simply to show her continued growth. When she arrived at the event, she was nervous. The venue was grand, filled with influential people from different industries. She spotted Yinka almost immediately. He was surrounded by business associates. Yinka noticed her, and their eyes met briefly before he excused himself from the group and walked towards her. "Wow, you came," Yinka said. "Yes," she replied. "Thank you for inviting me." "I wanted to show you the work we have done with the orphanage," Yinka said, moving towards the presentation being displayed on the large screen. "Seriously, this project is something so dear to my heart." Mirabel nodded. "It's really good. I've seen the impact. The children are happy and healthier. It's incredible what you have done. Thank you." For the rest of the evening, they talked casually, avoiding any mention of their past. Yinka noticed the sincerity in her words, the humility in her attitude. She was different, and he couldn't deny it. 1 month later, Yinka invited Mirabel again to Lagos to meet him at a community project site the company was funding. When she arrived, she was surprised to see Yinka dressed casually, walking alongside laborers to build a school. After they greeted, Mirabel didn't hesitate. She grabbed a pair of gloves and got to work, carrying bricks and doing whatever was needed. That evening, as they sat on a bench overlooking the completed foundation of the school, Yinka finally opened up. "I've missed you, Mirabel," he said. She turned to him, tears in her eyes. "I've missed you too, and I'm sorry." He nodded, taking her hands in his. "I wouldn't lie, Mirabel. What you did hurt me deeply. It made me question everything about love and trust. But seeing you now, I believe we can make it work again." Over the next months, Yinka and Mirabel worked on rebuilding their relationship. They attended counseling together, took things slowly, and focused on rediscovering the love they once shared. 1 year later, on their wedding anniversary, Yinka surprised Mirabel with a small intimate dinner at their favorite spot. As they looked back at their journey, Yinka reached into his pocket and pulled out a ring. "Mirabel, you have shown me what true love and growth looks like. You have proven that love isn't about perfection, but about efforts and forgiveness. I want us to start over, not as the people we were, but as the people we have become. Please, will you marry me again?" Tears streamed down Mirabel's face as she nodded. "Yes, Yinka, 1,000 times yes." Mirabel and Yinka renewed their vows in a quiet ceremony, surrounded by close friends and family. Their journey wasn't perfect, but it was real. Mirabel continued her work at Bluefields Oil and Gas, but this time at the Lagos branch. Together, they built a life based on trust, respect, and deeper understanding of what it meant to truly love and be loved. And this time, they were determined to make it last.